How's it going, everyone? It's car time with Jeremy. I am headed to a date. As I mentioned a little while ago, I'm going on dates again. I've done this off and on over the last, 10 and a half years now. So y'all are probably wondering what happened with the girl at the gym I talked to. I have an answer for you while my car is driving itself here on the road. I have an answer. I saw her again today, and it was kind of funny because I was by the heavy bag again. I did not know that she was also at the gym. So immediately, it was really strange. Immediately when I was kind of doing some stretching, like to warm up before my kicking. But immediately, like when I saw her silhouette in the distance, she was like in front of me and to the left a ways. But I immediately, like, instantly recognized her, which was funny. I don't usually recognize people that quick. But she walked past me again, and we smiled at each other, and I said, "You're Christy, right?" She said, "Yeah." "You're Jeremy." I said, "You got it right. Nice job." And just asked her how it was going. And she said she was on her way out. And just had like some very brief chit chat. And I said, "Well, hey, before you go, can I grab your number?" And she hesitated for a few seconds and kind of looked like she was mulling something over in her brain and said, "Actually, I'm married." And I said, "Well, all right, I can see why." And then I told her, "I can see why you are married. You just have great energy and you're very beautiful." And then she said something funny to me. She said, "I really should start wearing my wedding band." And like showed me her hand without a ring. And I said, "Well, I'll still say hi to you when I see you because she's a resident. I feel some resonance with her, but sometimes you meet someone and they're married, but you have like, you can tell that there's just good energy, good chemistry, that type of thing." And so I just was like, well, that's not the first time that's happened, that I've talked to someone either at the mall or the gym and they're married, or at the grocery store. But y'all have your answer now. The journey of dating is a very fascinating one. Both genders have their challenges. It is said that for men, dating is a desert, meaning your matches and responses will be few and far between. And for women, it's a swamp, meaning you'll have a lot of matches and messages and responses, but most of them will be not what you want. And I found that to be true. So each time I get like a message or a match, or I talk to someone and there's actual interest, I know that that's just not happening all the time. It happens. And I can certainly go out on dates with people that I'm like, where I don't care. I'm not repulsed by them. They may be okay or kind of cute. I can have more dates with people like that, but we all are looking for someone that we're genuinely attracted to, I think. But from the masculine or male perspective, you can go a long time before you have a date with someone you're genuinely attracted to. Sometimes just to end a drought, you've got to just go on a date with what you can get sometimes. But no, I've got a good date coming up. She seems like a nice gal, and she's into yoga and various other things, and she's cute, so all is good there. I actually have a few dates this week, so we'll see how that goes. And I really don't expect anything of these dates. I've had, let's see, four people I've gone out with so far, and it doesn't look like anything's going to happen with any of those people. And that's to be expected. Really, only about 5-ish, maybe 10% of people actually have something that turns into a second date or more. When I was first dating, like those first 100 to 200 dates, I was a lot more willing to try to get a second date with people. But now I won't do that unless I find myself having genuine interest, and I can also feel genuine interest from them. And if those two things aren't true, a second date won't happen now with me. Which means I probably, if I ever have a second date, I'll be kind of surprised. I'll be like, wow, I didn't see that coming. But usually it doesn't go there. Usually me or them break it off. If I break it off, I communicate. Usually if a woman breaks dating off with me, she will not say anything. She'll just stop contacting me. And I get why women do that, and versus me communicating, because I'm not worried about a woman physically harming me, or if she gets angry, I'm not worried about that. I've actually gotten long pages of text from a woman before that wanted a relationship, where she's really angry at me in the past. This was many years ago. But I'm not worried about that. I think women are more worried about breaking something off with a guy that they saw once or a few times, because it's just the physical difference, or they're worried about the guy being super aggressive and angry if she does it. So it's easier for a woman to just ghost a guy. I don't agree with that, but I understand the behavior, as my car just ran over something metal. But I see why they do it. I think it's bad behavior that poisons the dating pool. But I understand. I can be in both camps, where I understand the behavior and not agree with it at the same time. But yeah, my car is driving me up to Salt Lake, so I can do this video just holding the phone in my hand. But yeah, as a guy trying to find a genuine connection, there's going to be, I look at it like a giant pyramid, and the base of the pyramid is what I'm going to experience the most, the 90 to 95% of the pyramid, which is going to be first dates only, no's, rejections, no matches. If I do match, there's no messages. If I match and there's messages, the messages just stop. If I match and there's messages and a phone number, I could contact them, but then there's no more. Or if I get a phone number and contact, try to set up a date, but the date doesn't happen. Or if the date does happen, it's a first date only. There's like, I don't know, 15 to 20 different levels of this pyramid until you get to the very top, where you have genuine interest and connection, or mutual and genuine interest and connection. And that's super hard to find. It's like finding a rare gemstone. And so it's something it's a numbers game. It's just a numbers game. I wish I had a better answer. I wish there was some magical way for people to have like a floating symbol above their head, and this floating symbol would be unique to you and them. If you two were a genuine and good match, you would just be walking around and say, oh, you've got the squiggly square shape with a triangle inside. We're a good match, so let's talk. That would make things a lot easier. Instead, because guys have to make the first move in general, masculine energy is about pushing forward and going for it. It's a lot of rejection and no's and first dates only. And I know women have a lot of first dates too, I'm not saying they don't. But I am saying a woman has a much easier time getting messages, matches, and attention. In general, guys aren't getting free gifts and offered to be flown on a yacht. That's the privilege of a woman to have, especially a younger, more fertile, beautiful woman. They kind of have life on easy mode. It's just, yeah, they just go wherever, whoever has the best energy and money or whatever you want. And it's easy to just ping pong around to whoever's in the best state in the moment. I can see why younger women don't easily commit to guys, because they don't have to. They get a lot of perks and benefits. But yeah, these are just some of my ramblings and thoughts here on my journey to a date. I had her pick the place, actually. It was kind of funny. I was texting with her, and she said I need to meet near, she has a 15-year-old son, I think. Need to meet near my son in Salt Lake. So I said, okay, that's cool. I'm happy to make that drive if you're willing to pick a place to go to. And she did. And she was grateful that I was willing to accommodate her. And I'm happy to be accommodating. I'm not the type of guy who's trying to have a power struggle and try to always enforce that I'm the one making all decisions and everything has to be my way. I think compromise is important. How's my lung doing? I went to the gym today and maybe pushed it a little too hard. It's still sore when I cough, but I'm going to a doctor's physical this Tuesday, so 6 days. Hopefully I can get some answers then, or at least set up a scan then. But yeah, the gym gal, super beautiful, fun, good energy, very good energy woman, friendly. I could definitely feel a vibe with her. But I have a rule, a standard that says do not do dating or intimacy or physical stuff with married women. Even if I have a good conversation with a woman that's married that I feel a good vibe with, it's difficult because, and I know women like that. It's something I have to watch out for. But so the journey continues is what I'm saying, y'all. But with that, I'll end this video and play some music to enjoy the rest of my drive. Hope y'all are doing well. This was a lot more than just an update on the gym girl. But if I have something else unique occur, I'll share it with you. I was saying hi to another girl at the gym today, just casually by the heavy bag. It seems to be the easiest place to do it. And then another guy who worked at the gym just kind of barged in and took over the conversation, and I was like, all right. And I'd only been talking to her for like 10 seconds, so I just went back to my kicking. No big deal. I'm not going to try to push for something or overpower another guy to talk to someone. There's an abundance in the world, or at least that's what I choose to believe. There's abundance. So anyways, namaste everyone. We'll see you in the next video.